Now, in the previous lecture video, we had seen regarding glycolysis. Now, what happens after the final product of glycolysis, that is pyruvate, is formed? If we are talking about aerobic respiration, it will be transported into the mitochondria for further breakdown. So, pyruvate becomes acetyl-CoA, and this is done to produce carbon dioxide and NADH molecule. This reaction is carried out by pyruvic dehydrogenase, and this acetyl-CoA then further reaches another cyclic pathway called as TCA cycle or Krebs cycle. Now let us see what this Krebs cycle looks like. See, acetyl-CoA, which is formed by pyruvate dehydrogenase complex, it will react with oxaloacetic acid, which is a 4-carbon molecule, and acetyl is 2-carbon molecule. So it will form a 6-carbon molecule called as citrate. This citrate will form isocitrate. In presence of a dehydrogenase enzyme, it will form alpha ketoglutarate. Now, in this step, what is happening? One NADPH molecule is being released. Next, if we talk about the next step, succinyl-CoA will be formed, and again one molecule of NADH is formed. After succinyl-CoA, succinate will be formed, and again one ATP molecule is released. Next step, fumarate is formed. One FADH molecule, flavin adenine dihydrogenase and complex, or you can say product, is being formed. In the next step, malate will be formed, and malate, when it regenerates oxaloacetic acid, again one molecule of NADH is formed. So you can see lot of energy is being released in this process, in the process of Krebs cycle. And for your information, here when succinyl-CoA is forming succinate, there is substrate level phosphorylation. Actually, GTP molecule, guanosine triphosphate, forms GDP. But in this, actually GDP is forming GTP. So means there is formation or addition of one phosphate group. So in this we can see that there are NADH molecules, there are FADH molecules. So one NADH molecule equals 3 ATP molecules. The energy which is there, it is equivalent to 3. And one FADH molecule, the energy is equivalent to 2 ATP molecules. Alright. Now, after this, terminal oxidation happens, which occurs at the end of catabolic process, where electrons and protons have a role to play. So the electron transport chain comprises of different complexes. The first complex one is NADH dehydrogenase, where the electron molecules from these NADH molecules, one electron will be given to ubiquinone. Ubiquinone is one molecule found in inner membrane of mitochondria, which will form ubiquinol. And then there is second complex. Remember, in this step of Krebs cycle, FADH is formed. So this forms the complex 2. Now, coming back to the complex 3, actually from ubiquinol, the electrons are being transported to cytochrome C. Okay. Now, this forms the complex 3, which is cytochrome BC1 complex. After this, it will reach complex 4, which is cytochrome C oxidase. Here you can see, okay, which comprises of copper ions also. Then this is coupled to complex 5, which is ATP synthase, this molecule. So, after this, there is completion of aerobic respiration. Now, let us look at the respiratory balance sheet. See, this is the respiratory balance sheet, as in the total amount of ATP which are released in aerobic respiration. In glycolysis, we have calculated it is 8. During the pyruvate dehydrogenase complex will release 6. And in the Krebs cycle, there are 24. So, total 38 ATP are produced in aerobic respiration. Now, why we call aerobic respiration as amphibolic pathway? Because glucose is broken down. Okay, one, it is catabolic. Now, in the Krebs cycle, lot of products are being formed. those products are being used to form fatty acids, to form fats, to form proteins. So that is why both synthesis as well as catabolism, both processes are taking place. That is why it is amphibolic pathway. Respiration is amphibolic pathway. And always remember, glucose is the most favorable substrate for respiration. Let us see why. Because of the respiratory quotient. RQ or respiratory quotient gives the efficiency of any respiratory process. So it depends on the substrate. It is defined as volume of carbon dioxide evolved divided by volume of oxygen which is used up. That gives the RQ value. So this table is showing you the different RQ values for different classes of respiratory substrates. So here in glucose, RQ value is 1, which is unity highest. Fatty acids 0.7 and in proteins 0.9. So here how we calculate, see in this reaction, 6 molecules of carbon dioxide are evolved and 6 molecules of oxygen are consumed. So that is the most efficient process which you can find in nature.